Hello guys, I'm your host, Parker D'Amelia, and this is the Healthy Habitat Podcast. Today our guest is Hayden Christner. He's a student at CMCC, and we're here to talk about ideal lives and schedules and stuff like that. So, Hayden, you want to come on in?
Awesome.
What's up, man?
What's going on?
How we doing? So guys, we're going to start off the podcast with a traditional seltzer pour.
Let's do it.
Seltzer pour.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. Today we got the raspberry lime seltzer.
Raspberry lime seltzer.
Here we go. Hannaford brand. This is the good stuff right here. Might be the best seltzer that I have ever had.
It was a great pour.
Okay. There we go, dude. Cheers. I think I might have just spilled that on you.
That's all right.
That's all good.
Oh,
all right.
Sweet. So, we know you guys wake up, right? Like, you guys, you have to get up. Do you want to?
There's a lot of people out there that I don't think they get up in the morning. Let me fix my chair.
Yeah.
I don't think they do.
I don't know. That's up for debate, I guess.
But
at some point, you have to get up.
there we go.
For us, we like to push it. We like to go hard in the morning. Hayden, how do you start your morning off?
How do I start my morning off?
You know,
So,
steps.
so you know what? I think that at least for me, it's different for a lot of people. I do my best work in the morning, like when it comes to whatever it is, like school stuff or just tasks that require a lot of focus and a lot of like mental bandwidth. I do my best work in the morning, so I like to get up early. I like to get up when it's real quiet before everyone else is up. So my morning usually starts 4 o'clock, 4:15. I get up, and first thing, I make my cup of water and my cup of black coffee.
Cup of water, cup of coffee. You heard it here.
You get up first. I mean, your mouth is dry. Like
Yeah.
you're dehydrated all night. You just you don't
Your
drink any
body's been
water.
pulling.
So wake up, hammer down 12 ounces of water, just real quick, get that flowing, and then I get my caffeine, my coffee, my black coffee. Tastes good, simple.
Yep.
None of this caramel
Sugar, none of that.
macchiato latte
None of this
stuff.
stupid stuff,
I don't even know what that means. So
Yeah.
for all the coffee connoisseurs out there, I don't
Bunch
know.
of buzzwords.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. But my cup of black coffee, and then I just sit down and I get to work. I like to do before I get out. I like to, at least now when the sun's coming up at around 6. That's usually when I go get some light. As soon as it comes up, I'll go sit outside around 6 o'clock. So from 4:30 to 5:45, 6 o'clock is just focused work.
We'll just
And
deep dive right in.
I wake up and it all starts the night before too.
The night before is so important.
It is, but I'm sure we'll get to that. But my deep work gets done, get some sunlight because that's huge. I mean, that gets you started for the day. You hear all the Andrew Huberman stuff, getting the sunlight first thing in the morning. That's always good.
Yep.
So I get my sunlight in, and then after that is when I like to make my breakfast and get my food in. Because when I wake up right away, I don't feel hungry right away, and so I mean you might feel kind of sick or whatever. So I like to push it off, but also I find when I have carbs in my system that I do I have a kind of a film over my brain a little bit.
Yeah.
There's some fog going on, so when I'm doing my work, I like to have clear, nothing there, no carbs, no food or anything, and that's when I'm able to focus, do my best work.
Yep. I feel that.
I usually have a nice big old breakfast, a few eggs, bacon, the whole deal.
I love sort of a large protein breakfast.
Yeah. Yep.
Definitely a few eggs at minimum.
Exactly.
Then we throw in a meat.
Throwing a meat
just with the
exactly
eggs.
Bacon. I mean, I freaking just get my bacon sizzling in the morning. That might be time for a second coffee, just because we're here.
Right.
But get my bacon going because that's just good stuff. And then after that is usually when I get into the meat of my day. I usually have a lot of my stuff packed the night before if I have class in the morning or a lot of stuff. But that morning section when it's quiet and I get to get my focused work done, and obviously you clean up, take a shower, get ready for the day. But that hour and a half, 15 minutes is just probably my most productive time of the day.
Definitely.
And the amount of work I get done in that time, I can't do that in any other time of the day.
Right,
so yeah, that's what my morning looks like.
That's awesome.
Yep.
So for me, I think I'm sort of the opposite. I would rather. I do my work later on. I'll get into that, but I would start off ideally before the sun comes up. Start with a lift. Just get that over with, because I feel like that's like the most time consuming part of my day. You know, the time can vary on how long it'll take, so I want to just get that done as soon as possible. Even though I enjoy it, it's just something that I would want to get out. And then after the lift, depends on if I was hitting legs or not, I'd go for a run. And then cold shower, definitely a great way to start the morning. From there would be breakfast and a morning walk. Breakfast, like Hayden was saying, you know, I would have protein, definitely at least eggs, bacon, sometimes a shake.
Sometimes a shake. Yeah, I do. Right now, it's getting colder. Winter's coming around. I mean, you know, you're a lifter. You bump up the calories just slightly. Like, you know, you got your sweatshirt on. You wanna hit PRs in the gym. Like, you get your calories in. It starts in the morning. Getting a good breakfast in. So definitely, I would toss the protein shake right alongside my bacon and my eggs and stuff. So
it's easy. Easy to throw it in.
Exactly, easy to throw it in.
You know, for me, I normally finish up making the shake as I'm like finishing up breakfast.
Yeah.
So it can last me an hour or two past.
Exactly. Yep.
Which is nice. From there, I'd probably start class. It depends on the day. You know, I have classes at certain times and stuff, but I don't do a lot of my work. And sometimes I do. I have a period where I do creative work more in the morning. So stuff like working on the brand, Healthy Habitat, Vital Ascent, stuff like that. Working on personal stuff. And then, you know, midsection of the day is where I have class. I'll have 2 to 4, depends on the day. Different club events and things like that I'll go to. Lunch right in the middle, like right at 12 is when I'll eat lunch. But that's ideally my morning routine. I think the morning, waking up, seeing sunlight, drinking water are like the crucials there.
Yep, are the they have to get done.
Like non-negotiables with that.
I'll make the point that I liked the cold shower thing you put in.
Mm-hmm.
Over the summer, it was nice because we live in a rural area. Like right now, we're currently recording in a garage, and just outside, I don't know if you can hear the cars, but we're on like right near like a rural road. Like we're out there, right? So down near my house, about a mile down the road, like 2-minute drive, I got a lake.
So jealous of the lake, dude. That's so cool.
But so we had a lake, and I go down there most mornings in the summer, just like jump in. Like that's that first thing, because summer sun starts creeping up 4:45. It's like, you know, I get down there. Maybe I'll do some work. Actually, I would usually do work first before that, and then like comes around like 6, the sun's already well up and good, and I just run down there, get a freaking jump in there, maybe bring the dog or something. And that would get me feeling good for the day. But you know, I might have to start getting the cold showers back going again now that
it's hard with winter because I wake up cold and I'm like, I don't want to get in the cold shower.
Yeah.
And it's so easy to get in a warm shower
and just get nice and toasty.
The comfortability of
exactly.
It is crazy.
Yep. But you get in there, I mean, and it makes your showers efficient. You get in there, like 2 minutes probably.
You don't want to be in there.
Exactly. So you get in there, clean yourself, get yourself feeling good, then you're out. You get out. Yeah.
Not spending a bunch of time just sitting in the shower just because you can.
Exactly.
You want to just get out as soon as possible.
Yeah. But that was a good point. That's 100%. I 100%. And I mean, water, like itself, like you're drinking water, and I think just being in it, that's such a that's such a good thing.
Out of everything I've noticed, cold showers are the one thing that I do, and no matter what, I always feel better.
No matter what.
I get out of a cold shower, and I feel like a new man.
I feel like
I'm
a machine.
On top of the world after a cold shower. It's great. So, you got a morning routine. You go to school, or you do something during the day.
Yep.
What do you do to cool down? Like, you know, maybe you start with dinner. Do you after school?
So for my after school, I think.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So if I were to start my evening, if I'm getting up before, I do like sleep is still a work in progress for me, but over the past few months, that has been a huge improvement that I've made, because it used to be bad. My sleep used to be horrible, and you'd feel it the next day. Oh my God, it was rough. But now my sleep is getting better, still work in progress, but I would like to be asleep by 9 at the latest. 9 o'clock, like be like passed out in bed like 8:15 probably. That's
So nice.
That's my ideal.
Yep.
So if my evening starts at like 6, I don't really like to be eating past like 6:30, just because there's like that little window that you kind of have food going in, and
your body to calm
exactly.
down. Yeah.
So I don't like that. I don't like to be put in food past 6:30, and in that section after 6:30 is when I like to set up my stuff for the next day. So I'll go put up my laptop, open my tabs. I get it so close to like ready as possible. And I got this big whiteboard in my room that I just recently purchased. Kind of like, it's actually the other half of this whiteboard right here. Fun fact, we split this whiteboard. We cut it in half over at Home Depot. $20. $20.
I recommend that you guys get one of these. This is
Oh my God.
so cheap. He said Hayden just had $20 for the thing, and it's 2 of these together.
It's 2 of these like long. And so we split it. We paid $10 a piece.
Yeah.
And I got the other half, and it's sitting in my room. So night before, I write out my work in the morning. And I'll write out like my priorities, the work that I want to get done, and I'll open up my tabs on my computer just so it's there. And that just like eliminates, all of the in the morning, all the setup process. I get to sit down and get to work and not have to worry about that setup process. I like to pack my bag because during the day, when I go to class is usually when I like to lift.
Yeah.
My ideal lift time, I like to lift at like 11:30. 11:30 is like my time, because I don't have classes at that time. I got classes early morning, and I got classes like mid-afternoon. So that little midsection of the day, my energy is like the highest.
Right.
And like the sun's out, everything. So that is when I do my best. That's when I do my best. So I would say 11:30, 12 is when I like to get my lift in. And then so at night I pack my bag for my lift for the whole day. And I have all my books and everything. And so when I wake up, all I got to do is just kind of do like my morning stuff, get cleaned up, have breakfast, do work, and then I'm ready to go. So that's like my like setup. And then leading up to bed, I recently got this like softer light. It's kind of like orange. It's kind of orange. It's not like, because I used to have the LED lights, but they went down. So I got like the softer light near my bed, and it's not real bright. It's just bright enough to where like when I open a book, I can like I can like read. So I don't have to turn on all the lights in my room to be able to see. So I'll pull out a book for. I mean, it usually don't even take me long. At that, like once you kind of get going in there. I like to read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. Highly recommend. I mean,
the ones that you've read to me are just crazy.
Yeah, and you know what? It's one of those things you just kind of skip through it, and you find the quotes that you like, you find the messages that you like, and you figure them out. I mean, you take notes on it. I got a notebook. I take notes on them and everything, and it's good stuff. And a lot of times I just read that 15 minutes maybe, and you feel the eyes start to shut. It's already kind of dark in there. I just click off the light, and then I'm out off the bed.
That's
but
great.
Yeah, so that's typically how it goes.
I really agree with that point of reducing the limbic friction, where you set up like what's gonna happen the next day, and that pushes you so hard the next morning to do it, because you don't have to do anything. Like if your gym bag is packed and your like clothes are like right next to you, you just throw your clothes on and go. Like you don't have to worry about packing your gym bag in the morning and making that excuse that you have to do that, and then you don't end up going. So that's great.
Yep.
For me, in college, my schedule is like done classes and clubs by like 3 or 4. So I'll hang out with people until dinner time maybe. Then I'll go have dinner in the dorm. I mean, not dorm, the cafeteria. After dinner, recently, I've been on the kick of just heading back to the dorm and doing work. Like, I can grind just like 6 to like 9 is just the session when I do my homework.
Really?
And so it's so nice, I was watching Suits last week. I just threw on Suits, and I would just grind out a bunch of work.
It was good. That's good. That's a good session. So I noticed. So at that time, you obviously have a roommate.
Yeah.
Is it like quieter? Is it quieter during that time? Like, is your roommate in the room? Like, are you guys on the same page of what's going on at that time?
So my roommate's not in that often. He comes in midday, like 3, 4. That's normally when I see the bulk of him.
Okay.
And normally he's out doing stuff when I'm trying to do my work, which is really good for me.
Okay.
He's quiet anyway.
Yeah.
But like the time, like the 6 to 9 period is really perfect for me because there's nobody there. There's nobody trying to bug me, and it works really well.
Okay. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
Yeah.
And because I find at least with my work, I need it to be quiet. I can't have like a lot of distractions going on. I really have to limit it for me to do my my best focused work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. And I think it's one of those things. A lot of people. I was recently watching a guide on YouTube about flow states, and so this is what got me into getting my work done in the morning and moving it to a morning session, because I used to have like an after school like 3 to like 5:30 kind of like block or like whatever. Like that's when I got my main work done, was between that time. I'd do little small sessions throughout the day.
Yeah.
But that's when my main work got done, and I was at that point in the day, I noticed I was just kind of like tired. There was a little there was a little more, there was stuff that was kind of just going on.
Right.
And there was so much easier to get distracted. I mean, I might be like more inclined to check my phone or something. And so that little session for me wasn't working. I would do solid work later at night, but I never tried the morning. And I'd always kind of been a morning person. I always got up early and stuff. So I decided to replace my lift that used to be in the morning with that work session because of how quiet it was. And then I learned about not having carbs in your system and everything that it's supposed to help you focus, right? And I noticed a dramatic improvement. So that's why I made that change.
That's great.
But I was able to get so much more focused, and I could just get in a zone that
definitely. And I can see how that makes sense because nobody's up at 4 a.m. So that's one. There's nobody to bug you, nobody that is going to be texting you. So your phone's eliminated, and then your brain's not full of everything that's gone on that day. You wake up with like a clear mind, and so you can just do all your work, and then it's already done for the day.
Yep.
And you don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
And I was listening to Chris Williamson with Andrew Hamazi, and he was talking about opportunity cost fallacy, where it's just like, or maybe it's regret cost fallacy, but it's just like if you don't do something, the amount of time that you've spent thinking about doing the thing is time that could have just been spent doing the thing. Doing like what you went intended to do. Yeah. Yeah. So you're just worrying about it when you could have just been doing it and then have it done.
Yep.
And so I think that's like crazy. Just get it out of the way and then you're all good.
Yep. And that's good. So yeah, I think the morning, you start the morning off right, and it sets you up for the rest of the day. Yeah. I mean, you hear it. You hear the same thing. You hear the same thing over and over again. But what I learned is, for me at least, when I was doing the research on the flow states, you either have a morning session or a late night session. Whatever you find works best for you. You have that block of time that might be 11, 12, 1 a.m. If that works for you and your schedule, and you're getting enough sleep and you're getting everything, and you can function good in that time, then do it. If you could wake up early, 4 or 5 a.m. and just get your work done, then do it. I mean, I think it's different for everyone, but I mean, I like the morning. I like to get off on a good start and produce good work. Yep. But
I could totally see myself being there at some point, but like at the moment, like my sleep schedule isn't there yet to where I can sacrifice that morning. So it's a trade-off. Yeah. Like I would love doing that, but it's just not for me at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, and you know what? It's like your sleep is, it's important, right? Yeah. And it takes training. Right. I mean, like 7 a.m. would roll around and I'd be freaking dragging myself out of bed. And it's like, and now it's like on a weekend, if I have absolutely nothing and I know I need to maybe have some sleep debt, I just need to cash in and get a little extra. Yep. 7:30, like I am like leaping out of my bed at 7:30. Like I'm leaping and I'm like, I feel like I shouldn't be asleep anymore, right? It's just so, I mean, you slowly build into it, but you figure it out. So, yeah.
So with that, what are some of like the habits that you're sticking with right now?
So just anything, in general habits. So I would say when it comes to like, we're kind of talking about like the work organization. Right now, I like to have 2 sessions. Yep. And on my whiteboard the night before, I write out my sessions and the work based on like when they're due and like priorities of them and stuff. Like, so my morning session is my main one where I have a lot of my difficult tasks. So that's session 1. And then session 2 I put in either on, depending on Monday, Wednesday, I would have time at like, I have time between 11 and 12:30, like that another hour and a half block for a second session where I have time to do work, where which is right before I go eat lunch and have a class.
Yep.
So I find a quiet space, and that's my second session. Or I also do another session in the morning, which would be from about 8 to like 9:30.
Yep.
Another little hour and a half block. So there's days when it goes, my sessions go from 4 to 5:30, and then from 8 to 9:30, and that like
so that break.
And I just got I just put in three and a half hours of work just solid in the morning, and then I just
before everybody's waking up.
Yeah. So, but
that's great.
Yeah. So that's been my main thing for like productivity is 2 sessions a day.
Yep.
I have 2 focus sessions, hour, maybe hour and a half, depending. At that point, I start to lose focus about like hour and a half is when I need like a break. If I'm gonna do longer, I'm taking like a 10, 15, 20-minute break, and I'm going outside. I'm doing something because I kind of like lose focus around that time from like my like deep focus. 2 sessions a day. I want to incorporate now the, like you said, like the cold showers. I gotta put that back in because now I don't have the lake. It's getting cold out now.
Right. Gotta acclimate.
But that was huge over the summer. That would 100% get my day going good. Non-negotiables, I mean, like lifting. Lifting 6 days a week.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's always there. It's always important. I mean, just it makes you feel good after you have your schedule and you stick to it. And I mean, on the days you don't feel like going, and you go and you do it and you leave, you're thankful. You're more thankful that you did it than the days you're fired up to go lift.
Right.
After you do it. So
it's like showing up for yourself, like when you don't want to do it.
Yes.
Like the best for you.
Yep.
I agree with that. I think I haven't. In the past month, I've lifted like 5 times, and it's all been in the past like week or 2.
Yeah.
It's really bad. With school just starting, my schedule was sort of all over the place for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so it was just hard to get into it. But now I'm getting back into it. I lifted Friday morning, this morning, and then I'm going to go tomorrow morning.
Yep.
So it'll be good slight streak.
And you just feel better.
Yeah. No,
you feel 100
so
exactly. You just feel better.
It's
exactly
great.
Like doing something good for your body every day. I mean, at the end of the day, what do you have? Your health.
Right.
That is all you have.
The one constant.
Like you got to take care of it. You got to keep it on check. You got to make sure you're moving. You're putting the right things in your body.
Definitely,
right. You're not eating junk all day. So that's good. Yeah. We don't got anything fancy. We got the 0 cals today. We got the 0 cal seltzers.
Raspberry lime.
This is the good stuff. This is kind of what we live off. We live off the seltzers. You need something good. Hanford brand. If you got a Hanford around, you go take it and go take advantage. Just the good stuff.
I think that's one of my strongest habits. I think is just staying hydrated. Whether it be water or seltzer. I don't drink soda at all. I think staying hydrated. Like you were saying, I try to get at least 12 ounces in right when I wake up. It doesn't always happen, especially when I was living at home and having like every day. It was so easy to chug like a bottle of water.
Yep, just put it down first thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and actually, that's perfect. You bring that up. Thinking about my other habits, I have been, I lost track of the days, and that's good. And I think that's good because I was keeping track just to keep myself on track for 128 ounces a day. And it's been like a month now.
Wow.
It's like a month, and I haven't missed a day.
That's great.
So it feels good. I think today I probably got like 30 ounces or so left. But I mean, it's the end of the night.
That's right.
Get our water finished 100%. Feel like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
I mean, I get my gallon of water in, and I just feel I function so much better. You don't even find yourself getting thirsty because it's constantly you got your water with you. Right. You're just kind of like sipping throughout the day. You're just kind of sipping throughout the day. You don't get thirsty. Like your system is just fully like lubed up. You're good to go. And that might be my like top thing.
Yeah.
That might be my top thing. And you know what? Maybe that's the good thing about habits is that I like started implementing it like a month ago, and you asked me about my habits, and I didn't even think of it because
Right,
now
right.
it's like slowly just like
It's
morphed
so,
its way in.
automatic.
So yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm
Yeah.
happy you brought that up because that might be my number one thing.
For sure.
Kind of along with like getting good sleep and like just like staying hydrated. Huge, absolutely huge.
Oh, sleep too. I'll talk about that. But I noticed when I don't have a water bottle, it's so hard for me to drink water.
Yep.
Like I'm like I don't seek out
Exactly.
like a water bottle or a source of water if it's not there for me.
Exactly.
So I would recommend that you start with a water bottle, like a metal like container, something that you're not gonna want to leave somewhere, and just take it with you everywhere.
For all the men out there, no plastic. We're not drinking out of plastic. You see this right here? This is nice. This is glass. We're not drinking out of plastic around here. Glass and metal, 100%. I will say that.
For
But
sure,
yeah, you're right about the whole water bottle thing. I mean, I'm not looking around looking for a water fountain all the time. Like if I'm out, like you're out doing things, you're out studying. It's like if you don't have your water bottle next to you, it's like I'm not just gonna pop off my headphones and go walk,
Right.
freaking haul down, take the elevator, go downstairs, and get my freaking go to the water fountain just to drink like
Like a
4 ounces of
Yeah.
water and go all the way back up there. It's like
No.
no, it's so 100%. Get the water bottle. I personally carry around I carry around a big old jug. Like you know what? Say what you want. I carry around a big old jug because
respect that.
I fill it up beginning of the day. I don't got to worry about filling it up, and I just look at it.
Yeah.
That looks a bit much for whatever time it is. I'll drink some more water, right? And you just kind of do it. I would say probably like a 32-ounce bottle is good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
if you want to drink around like 96, like 3/4 of a gallon or something like that a day, you fill it up 4 times. Like that is a good.
not bad.
That's a good way to keep track of it.
It's like bathroom trips. Like
Exactly.
You fill out while you're headed to the bathroom. anyway.
Exactly right. So it's good. So I would say get good solid size
Definitely.
and good metal size, good metal. Get metal, fellas, metal.
Sure. Metal water bottles, because you don't want to lose it. You know, you pay money for it, and you're like, well, I'm not gonna leave this somewhere. So it works on personal responsibility too.
Yep.
Like you don't want to lose your water bottle. So I think that's great.
Yep, I have lost many water bottles. Ooh, it's been a lot, but we keep on it.
To jump back into the sleep thing, that's sometimes I prioritize it, sometimes I don't. But I know on the days that I don't feel the best. You know, I wake up the next morning and I feel tired. Like I'm like, oh, I should have gone to sleep earlier.
And you're like trudging around, like you drag yourself, and you're like, man.
Yep.
And I know that feeling. And you know what? There's days where I have. It hasn't happened recently because I've been on a pretty good kick lately. But there's days when it gets away from you and you get home, like something happened the night before, and you just get home late. Like you just get home late,
And
and
with the guys.
like it happens,
Like,
right?
yeah.
You know, you go out with the boys. It happens, right? You know, you guys have a good night. You guys talk. You guys have good discussions, and when the guys get going, they get going. Like I can't tell you. I can't tell you how many times we've been just sitting around, just hanging out, and just talking, having a good conversation,
shooting
doing nothing,
shit,
doing nothing but talking. And you check, and it's 12:30, and I'm like, God damn it! I was supposed to get up at 4 a.m. the next morning and do work,
Yep.
and it gets away from you. But stuff like that, those are the days when you gotta, you know what? You gotta you gotta make a choice.
Right.
If you stay on top of your stuff, for the most part, you'll be able to say, okay, I'm gonna go get a good night's sleep and just kind of be able to do work that I need to do,
Right.
and spread it out throughout the day.
Yep.
But if you're not on top of your stuff, you might have to make that sacrifice. I got to get up in 3 hours and I got to go get after it and do good work. Like it's one of those things you really have to if you have your stuff
Like,
planned out.
dedicated.
Exactly.
Yep.
You have dedicated times to do stuff. You can.
Yeah.
So, but
That's
it doesn't get more important than sleep. So,
What do you think about journaling?
journaling. So, right now I have 2 notebooks that are not like school related that I use. I have my workout journal, which I don't know how that thing's still kicking. That thing's got
I think
tossed.
it's torn apart.
That thing is got tossed around in my gym bag. I'm looking at it during the work. I'm throwing it against the wall. I'm freaking writing, and it sweat's dripping in it. Like the pages are falling out.
Yeah.
I've got about a year and a half in that book, and I think I got like a week left. I got a week left. I got about 2 pages, I think, and I do about like 3 workouts a page, front and back. So
That's crazy.
it's getting there. It's getting close to finishing. Huge. Love tracking my workouts. Love seeing the
completely agree.
the numerical progress.
And it's so nice being not on your phone.
Yeah,
Like, for me, I don't work out with my phone, so
That's good.
I just keep my notebook,
Yep.
and I can look back, and I'm not thinking about my phone.
Exactly.
Nothing else is going on.
Yep.
Just my
Perfect.
workout.
I know.
Yeah.
A little notification pops down. You want to click on. Next thing you know, you get caught in the loop.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, oh my God, I was supposed to do my set 7 minutes ago, right? It just gets away from you.
Yep.
But yeah, and then just the act of writing it down, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just old fashioned.
Yeah.
I'm just old fashioned. You know, that's just how it goes.
Yep.
And then my second one was a little more. So I originally did it kind of just like putting down thoughts, like just stuff like in the morning when I'd go down to the lake, I'd have it, and after I'd get in the water, I'd kind of sit out there, it's like, you know, I'm just lean up against the tree, got my towel, got like a freaking like water, like put down a few things. Like if I felt like it that morning, I put down a few things, just do it. Now it's a little more towards my reading. So I do like personal reading. I do like I said before bed, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes a night. And if I'm reading the meditations, I recently just got Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics book, which I'm very excited to start. That'll be cool. Fun. You know, it's a more difficult read, but that's why we got the notebook. So
right.
Basically, and if I find a quote I like, just put it down. Just put it down. Yeah. And if it's something I want to explore more and I want to like figure out, and maybe I don't understand it, you know, I write it down and stuff, and I might go online and look up stuff about it so I can like really understand what I'm reading and trying to figure out. So
that's nice. That
is my second notebook, and right now it's geared more toward like my reading. So
that's great.
Yep.
For me, I have 3. I'll elaborate on the third one. I have my workout journal. Like I was saying, I love just writing it down. It's so nice being able to look back and see what like weights and reps I was at, and then, you know, I go to where I am today and it's more, and it's just such a good feeling.
Yep.
So that's my workout journal. And then I have a small journal that I got from Amazon for like $7 that I use for just reflections, morning, nighttime, whenever I get the chance. It's sort of just habit sometimes, not all the time though. I would like to do that more often. And then third one is a full-size notebook, and I watched the video on free writing, so it's just like a brain dump.
Yeah.
So you take either a certain amount of time or a certain amount of pages, and you just write. You write out everything that comes to mind. And so when I did it, I did a page, and I just wrote an entire page, just everything that came to mind. And
just let it loose.
Let it loose, everything. Okay. And it's so freeing. You put your phone away, sit on the ground, no music, no nothing. Just pen, pencil, just right away. And then the second part of that is going through and analyzing. So things that, like, if you want to do something, you highlight that you wrote down, and just going through and like you'll start to like answer questions, and it's really like mentally clearing. Like, oh, I just punched the mic. Whoopsies. But it just feels great to to get it all out and onto the page, and it's really nice.
And do you ever go back and like reflect on that? Like, is that like a reason for that, or do you just do it just to get it like and like never really look at it again after?
So, I'm sure I've only done it twice, and it was very recently, so I haven't really reflected on it yet. I think there would be a lot of benefit to going back and seeing, you know, at a certain time away from now, I could look back and see where I was, but at the same time, it could be like a method of organization where you have all this clutter in your brain, and you can get it down onto the page, and then from there you could copy it over to like a to-do list or something. I could totally see how that could apply. Yep.
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah, that I 100%. I 100% agree with that. Yeah. And when I was doing the more personal journeying for myself before, I found that it was like it felt like a release. Like you have this stuff trapped in your brain, and you feel like when you put it down on the page, it's now like went somewhere.
Yeah. And
it's went somewhere, and it's like safe, like it's locked in, and you can like kind of free it from your head a little bit and not have to worry about it. So I think that's good.
For sure, yeah. How clean is your room?
How clean is my room?
How clean is your room? I'm gonna jump right into personal life.
Okay. I'm not even gonna ask about like why you asked that. Right now, my room is pretty clean. Yeah. I mean, I keep it. I like to keep it in good shape. There's times after days like during I played college golf for this past few months over at Central Maine. Very fun. And after, there's some days when I'd come back from a round or practice or whatever, and I'm tired. I know I got to get up early and do work, and I got practice after my classes. So I would just dump right on the floor, and I would literally just fall in bed because I'm so tired. Like there would be, I wouldn't need to do none of my nighttime routine because I was tired. Like as soon as my head hit the pillow, I was out. So that was and that at that point, every now and then, after a few days, I'd have to go through and take like half an hour just to clean everything out, and it wasn't like a consistent, like it always stayed clean. It like every like few days I'd have to actually go and do it because you'd kind of get away from me a little bit. But right now it's pretty good. Every few days I might need just to go over it just to move stuff out, but yeah, it's in pretty good shape.
I'd say I'm pretty much the same. You know, I'll have like streaks of keeping it clean where I have a lot of free time, and then other times it just gets lost. Like, you know, I'm busy and I don't have just time to keep it clean. And so I'll take like half an hour, like you were saying, just go through, clean everything up, get it to exactly where I want it.
Yeah.
And it's nice. I like having a clean space.
Yeah.
It's so easy. Like for me, I love knowing where everything is. And so it's so easy to just come in, know exactly where it is, and then get out.
Go grab it and get ready to go.
Yep.
And I also find I do better work.
Sure.
I do better work. I do better work when my room is clean. When my desk is in the corner, I have it like right up against like the window. I kind of like look outside because I get like the woods behind my house and stuff.
Yep.
And I'm able to just like, it's subconscious. Like if I like look behind me and I'm like, I know that I got like kind of some junk on the floor or some stuff on my shelf that don't need to be there. It kind of like, it's kind of there in your mind, and you can tell that behind you there's not necessarily the cleanest space.
Right.
But when it's a clean space, you know, you can feel it like around you. It just feels better. And I feel, I mean, might be like subconscious, but I mean, I do better work. I 100% do better work when I know my room's clean, smells good, everything's nice and cleaned up, brushed up. So
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they do say that your space, like your room, is a reflection of your mind. So it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it's a reflection of your mind. That's good. That makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Yep, right there.
Yeah.
Yep, I think you hit the nail on the head.
So, you got anything else to add?
Anything else to add? You know, no. I mean, you don't got any other questions? You don't got anything else you want to dig in on me?
I don't think so.
No,
I mean,
that's good.
Crazy guy. I respect. You work really hard. For those of you that don't know Hayden, he's the most hardworking man I know. He's crazy. He's always out doing some project. He's starting his own landscaping business, Christner Landworks, right?
Christner Landworks. If you guys are in the area, you know, southern central Maine area, Auburn, Lewiston area, you guys need lawns mowed, weeding. I actually just did some work at your house.
He did
put down
work,
put down some crushed rock, took a tractor, tore up the yard, but she gonna look good.
She looks really good so far.
She gonna look good. Get some loam down, get the grass growing again in the spring. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was just a personal plug, but right. I appreciate it. Yeah. Yep.
But yeah, Hayden's doing good work. If you guys are new here, my name is Parker D'Amelia. This has been the Healthy Habitat Podcast. You can follow me on Spotify, YouTube, and all the other socials are just my name, Parker D'Amelia. Me and Hayden are co-owners of our brand Vital Ascent.
The Vital Ascent brand, everyone. Yep. Over the summer, we made a few videos, and you guys can go Vital Ascent online. They were crazy. We got lost in the woods. Camping with the guys. Oh man, what we'll get into that in another episode, but incredible
crazy backpacking trip we went
crazy
on.
backpacking trip. Yeah, we won't get into it today, but that was a time.
That was great.
Few guys out in the woods, just had to make it back in one piece. That's our only goal.
It was good.
Yeah, we got other trips and other stuff, and there's gonna be a lot of big stuff coming soon. Everyone, stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that.
That's going to be amazing.
This has been Healthy Habitat. My name is Parker D'Amelia. Hayden Christner. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
On Healthy Habitat.
Have a good night, guys. See ya.